Hi, and welcome back to Purple Collar Life. I'm Chad. Believe it or not, it's the middle of winter. It's actually in the middle of January when I'm filming this. I'm not sure when you'll see it, but it doesn't feel like the middle of winter. I'm in the middle of a rainstorm here, and today is a use it or lose it day. So we're going to talk about that in a minute. You can see I've got the John Deere 2210 out with me today. Even though it's raining, it's a little chilly. It's in the high 30s. You can see my windows steamed up because I do have the heater on there in the John Deere. If you've got an older tractor like our John Deere 2210 and you're thinking outside winter work is the worst because you're out in the elements, I'd strongly consider reaching out to Curtis Cab or seeing if they have a cab for your tractor. It certainly makes plowing snow and working out in the wintertime a lot better, especially with that heater. I've switched over to the bucket on the tractor, and today's goal is to get this wood cleaned up. We are expecting some snow in the next several days, so I'd like to get this wood off the yard, get the rest of these branches cleaned up as quickly or as best possible so that they're not killing the grass as the snow lays on top of them. It'll also get harder to get out here and get these things if we actually get a snowy winter like we're used to here in Northwest Pennsylvania. So my goal is to load as many of these rounds up into the front bucket as I can and put them off to the side so that I can get the rest of this area cleaned up. We are making some headway here. My pile of, so I've got a pile of branches there. This pile of branches is stuff that I can grab with the grapple. There are a couple pieces in there that are a little bit bigger. I may cut some more limb wood out of them. Got this area that I'm standing in all cleared out. First load of firewood onto the bucket. We'll haul that over somewhere where we can store it for winter until we split it. Probably one or two more loads onto the bucket of this stuff that is smaller limb wood. I say smaller, like up to 8 to 12 inches. That bigger stuff that is, 20 to 30 inches, we're going to probably just push back towards the woods once I get to it, but I don't think I'll get to that today. Made a little stack of some more small rounds that I'll add to my small round pile of saved wood from this tree, wood that would have just gone to waste. And then I've got a stack here of limbs that need cut up into that small wood, but I didn't want to focus on that today. Mostly want to focus on getting this area cleaned out, and I made a good dent on that so far. I mentioned earlier in this video that it's a use it or lose it day for me. I wasn't talking about the tractor, I wasn't talking about the maple firewood, or even the grass that's getting ruined underneath the firewood. I was talking about work. So our vacation time at work goes from February 1st until the end of January, and then it resets. So we're nearing the end of January right now. I'm not sure when you'll see this video, but I've got vacation time that I've got to either use it or lose it. We do carry over 1 week, so that's good, but I've got beyond a week. So today is one of those days, not the greatest of weather days to be working, but it was a use it or lose it day. So I'm out here gathering up that firewood. Like many of you, I like to save some days so that I'm not out of days before the end of the vacation year. But then you get to the end of January, and in my case, my January at work is extremely busy. So there's not actually that many days in January I can take off. Today happened to be one of those days, regardless of weather. If you guys have a similar system at work where you've got to either use it or lose it, leave those comments down below on what things you do on your use it or lose it days. Today, my goal is to get some of that firewood gathered up. But you'll notice I had the bucket on the tractor because I've got one other thing to do. Our driveway, since it's not been frozen very often, is already getting a little squishy, and we've got some like mud ruts down the driveway. It's still solid, but it gets the vehicles more dirty than they need to be. So I'm going to use the bucket to do some smoothing out of that gravel, and I'll take you along with me. So since we've had kind of a freeze-thaw winter, the driveway gets soft and the gravel packs in. You can see on a rainy day like today, we've got a lot of water laying in the drive track. So the track where the tires go down the driveway, that dirt and water slops up on the vehicle. In an already messy Northwest Pennsylvania wintertime, that just makes your vehicle even more dirty. Actually, the 8N and the back blade are my favorite ways to fix the driveway. But the back blade is down at the homestead, and I'm going to make do with the front end loader today on the John Deere. Now, when I'm using the back blade, it seems to me to be a lot easier. I take the center cap off, then I pull the edges in, and it just naturally fills in those drive lanes for the tires. With the bucket, it's not quite as easy. I've done a couple different ways. I've scooped the center gravel, the high part off the top, the crown, and then tried to lay it back in. That doesn't work very good. I've also tipped the bucket forward and used this cutting edge to just scrape along the top. That works pretty good, but a lot of people leave comments that pressure on these two cylinders isn't the best thing for your front end loader. Now, I'm not putting down pressure on it when I do it. I'm just letting it float. So that's the method I'll be using today. I'm going to tip the bucket forward, not at a straight angle, but at a forward angle. So this cutting edge takes the top edge off, and then I'll do the same thing on the sides. Now, with an angled back blade, you can angle those sides in. With the flat, straight front end loader, that's not quite as easy. So I try to get the top down first, and then I'll do my best to pull the edges in little by little. And I want to note that I'm doing this going backwards, pulling the bucket behind me, not pushing forward. Definitely I do a way better job with the back blade than I do with the front end loader. I'll put a link up above to that back blade video with the 48N. It just makes such a nice, smooth, clean driveway. The front end loader just does not do the same At least I'm not as good at it, moving existing packed in gravel. So there you go, a purple collar life use it or lose it day. You can see it's really nice to have the heat in there. My windows are all fogged over. But even in a rainy day like today, nice to have heat in the cab and to be in out of the rain. If this video informed or entertained you, we'd really appreciate it if you'd give us a thumbs up. Leave those comments down below. What do you do on a use it or lose it day? You know, the more I'm doing this out here, I kind of wish that our vacation went from July 1st to June 30th. That way your use it or lose it days would be at the end of June, where you could use them to do anything you want. Now, I don't mind use it or lose it days in January when there's snow, because I can be out plowing snow. But when there's rain like this, it kind of feels like a wasted vacation day. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again the next time.